Thank you so much. Now I have Trigo. He's going to give his speech. The topic of his speech is Africa, not seen nor heard.
It is a great opportunity for me to stand before you this morning. Such an opportunity comes once in a lifetime, but rarely if it is to be regular. I come from Southern Africa, and Zambia in particular. I will be talking about Africa, and especially Southern Africa. And I'll be talking about Africa because many people have heard about Africa, but not the truth about Africa. Many people have asked me who the president of Africa is. And others have assumed Robert Mugabe is the president of Africa. Africa is a continent comprised of 53 countries, with 53 heads of state, presidents and kings, republics and monarchies. Southern Africa is comprised of 15 countries, 3 of which are islands: Mauritius, Madagascar, and Seychelles. The monarchy is Swaziland. This part of Africa is known as the most productive. Almost each and every country in the region is a major producer of certain products at the world level. Zambia is the second largest producer of copper and a major producer of emeralds and has the best emeralds in the world. Botswana is the world's largest producer of diamonds. South Africa is among the world's largest producers of gold and diamonds. Zimbabwe is the largest producer of platinum and among the largest producers of gold and diamonds. Angola is among the largest producers of diamonds and oil. Congo DR is the world's largest producer of tantalum, the material used for manufacturing of mobile phones. Tanzania has a gemstone called Tanzanite, and the only place you can find that is in Tanzania, near the Mount Kilimanjaro. Namibia is the world's 6th largest producer of diamonds and among the largest producers of uranium. Apart from the wealth and mineral resources Southern Africa has, it also has an abundance of natural resources, such as the mighty Victoria Falls, one of the 7 wonders of the world, named after Queen Victoria of England, and known by the locals as Mosotunya, meaning the smoke that thunders. There is bungee jumping there too, with the deepest bungee jumping point in the world, in Livingstone, Zambia. We have the famous Mount Kilimanjaro of Tanzania and the Serengeti National Park, the Drakensberg Mountains of South Africa, to mention but a few. For your information, Southern Africa registers half of the gross domestic product of the whole of Africa. Many of the times, the media like to dissect Africa to North Africa, which they call the Middle East, and the rest of Africa, known as Sub-Saharan Africa. Yet, taking, for example, here in Australia, we do not say the eastern states are part of Asia or the United States. One thing for sure, the eastern states are more advanced in many areas than the rest of Australia. In many ways. Not everything. Yet the eastern states are not called something different or associated with another part, with other continents, for instance America, as they are closer to the United States. Yet North Africa is called the Middle East because it seems to be more advanced than the rest of Africa. When a war breaks out in that part of Africa, the media changes it to be part of Africa. Taking, for example, Sudan and Chad. In the last decade, they were known to be part of North Africa, and their neighbors with Egypt. They were called the Middle East. But after the war broke out in those countries, the media now calls them Africa. It seems whatever is negative is associated with Africa, and whatever is prosperous is associated with other parts of the world. In conversations I've had, people have refused to accept that South Africa and Egypt among other countries, to be part of Africa. People do not want to associate Africa with prosperity, but only with poverty. The media has portrayed an Africa of underdevelopment, an Africa of unemployment and high crime, genocide and terrorism, piracy and civil war, hunger and starvation, poverty and suffering, child soldiers and blood diamonds, corruption and bad governance of government, catastrophes and natural disasters, among many other evils. There is never a report on good governance or democracy, or free and fair elections, or high rates of macroeconomic growth, or successful food security in many of the African countries. The Africa of yesterday was different. Due to the struggles of independence, the change that the people wanted, and the transition of change. The Africa of today is an Africa of a new beginning, an Africa of hope, of peace and equality, an Africa of high employment and opportunity, abundance of food and security for its people. Whether people of the world like it or not, whether they accept it or not, the Africa of today is an Africa of opportunity and prosperity. Thank you all. God bless you.